here as quickly as we can, but I expect there'll be some questions about a variety of things, so we can stay as long as we want, as long as it's not too long. I hope we can be gone in an hour, but we'll stay as long as anybody has questions. We'll start with the man with the hat.
Tom Hayes, South Carolina Region.
Austin Lee, Rick Lee's son.
I'm Rick Lee. I'm Austin's father.
Formerly a county council.
Formerly York County.
York County and sent us $100,000 for this project. 300,000, which we appreciate.
Yes, sir.
Rick Noble, Watery Homeowners Association, Fairfield County. We saved you $6,000.
That's good. The winner's might.
Sammy Breville with State Newspaper.
Clay Wilson, I'm interviewing with Representative Thunderbird.
Gary Summerall,
State House, District 46 in Rock Hill. Here's who is in charge of the money for this project.
I'm Harold Shapiro. I'm the Catawba Regional Council of Governments out of Rock Hill.
Paul Dillingham, City of Rock Hill.
I'm Phil Land. I work for Senator Wes Hayes.
I'm David Bays with DA Bureau of Water.
Dean Moss, Butte Jasper Water and Sewer Authority, and a member of Governor Sanford's Savannah River Association.
Steve D. Kozlowski, Department of Natural Resources, Land and Water Conservation Division.
Hubert Mabry, Chief Counsel, Department of Natural Resources.
Hope Mazzell, Department of Natural Resources, State Climatology Office.
Tom Couch, City of Camden.
Ken Rentiers, Department of Natural Resources, Deputy Director for Land, Water, and Conservation.
Bud Peter, Dean North. David Brown, Fairfield County Council.
Bill Hinley, Fairfield County Administrator.
Susan Lake, EHEC Office of General Counsel.
Mary Crockett, DNR, Scenic Rivers Program.
Richard Gaskins, Executive Director of the Catawba Riverkeeper Foundation.
Gary Falkenberry, Lake Watery Association, also the Catawba Riverkeeper Foundation and the Council for the Basin and the Governors.
Garrett Gibson, I'm a Regional Director for American Rivers.
Patrick Moore, I'm with the Coastal Conservation League.
Matt Kennard, the Associated Press.
Laurie Thunderbird, House District 52, Kershaw County.
John King, House District 49, York County.
Deborah Long, House District 45, Lancaster, York.
Boyd Brown, House District 41, Fairfield and Chester County.
Son of David Brown.
Dennis Moss, House District 29, Cherokee, Chester, York County.
Lanny John, House District 33, Spartanburg and Cherokee County.
Anton Gunn, House District 79, Kershaw and Richland County.
Brandon, you biggest man in the room.
Mark Graham, DNR Conservation Districts.
Who's that back there peeping in the door? Yes?
Us?
Yeah, you?
I'm Gene McCaskill. I work for the Attorney General.
Megan Kirby worked for the Attorney General.
Jeff Taylor, works for the Attorney General. Hayward Harvin, I work for Representative Gunn.
Trey Walker?
I'm Trey Walker. I'm today's videographer and work for the Attorney General.
I'm Childs Canny, and I work for the Attorney General.
I'm Harkin Hunter, also work for the Attorney General.
Bob Cook, work for the Attorney General.
Attorney General, I work for the people. Well, did we skip anybody? Did we get
Denver
you?
Merrill, I work with Citizens for Sound Conservation.
That's good. Okay. This is, thank you all for coming. I know everybody's got a lot to do. This is very important. This is intended to be an update on what's going on in this case. Very informal. If anybody has any questions or suggestions or ideas, this is a good spot to voice them, because there's bound to be somebody in the room that can answer most any question. I'd like to start us off just with a little orientation to bring everybody up to date, and then I'm going to ask Bob Cook, who is one of the lawyers here and is one of the three lawyers that we have in this office working on this case, and it is quite a case. This is the use of this river, and you have to call it a threat that we face by our good friends to the north, is the most dangerous threat to the future of business and economic development that our state has faced. As many of you in this room have stated, if we don't have water, we don't have anything. And one thing that our state is fortunate to have a lot of is, as we all know, and as you can see on the map, there's a lot of rivers and water, and except in times of drought, so far it has not been a problem. But in times of drought in recent times, the drought has emphasized the problems that we face. And now we have a threat with our friends to the north, in North Carolina, where they are taking the position that they can do virtually whatever they want to do with the river without any input or coordination or understanding with the neighbors of the South. That would be us. And when this matter came up, we were in this room with people from, wasn't this many folks, but some of the same people that are here now were here. Rick Lee was here. Wes Hayes was here. There were a number of folks here from various counties, mainly along the Catawba, but also from some other places. And it was recognized then that what happens to this river is important for economic development, for agriculture, for recreation, for industry, for everything. And so this is a very serious matter, and we are very pleased that when we made the decision to take the case directly to the U.S. Supreme Court, that they accepted it. Now, you may not know, everyone, that the U.S. Supreme Court does not have to take any case that it does not want to take. When you hear of an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, that's actually a misnomer. There's no such thing as an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. You make a petition to the Supreme Court. That is, you ask them to hear an appeal from a lower court, and sometimes they will hear it, sometimes they won't. And you read about that in the newspaper, where the Supreme Court declined to issue a writ of certiorari. That is, they just said, we're not going to hear it, we're going to let the opinion of the lower court stand. Doesn't mean that they necessarily agree with it or disagree with it, they're just not going to hear it for reasons that they never say. Maybe they're waiting for a better case, maybe they're waiting for different facts, maybe any variety of reasons, or maybe they like the lower court's opinion, or maybe they don't. But they hear, the U.S. Supreme Court grants writs of certiorari on less than 1% of the cases that are appealed to them. That is, a case comes from a state court or a federal district court and is appealed up and ends up being asked to go to the U.S. Supreme Court, and they hear less than 1%. Even fewer are the cases that they agreed to hear in their original jurisdiction. Prior to this case coming along, they had agreed to hear in the history of the U.S. Supreme Court 137 cases in the history of the country where the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case in its original jurisdiction. This is the 138th. Now, you, of course, have never seen lawyers standing and calling witnesses up at the U.S. Supreme Court because it is appellate in nature. So when they hear a case as a trial court, which is what they're doing here, they appoint they call it a special master, a special judge, to hear the case and to be the trial judge, to gather all the evidence from depositions, from witnesses, experts, and all of that, and to make recommendations and findings of fact and all of those sorts of things, a voluminous undertaking, and to present that to them, and then they decide what to do. So that is exactly what they have done. They have selected a lawyer from San Francisco who is the special master in the case, and she is involved in that process now. And one thing that has happened that we are concerned about is that the special master allowed Duke and the city of Charlotte and the Catawba River Water Supply Project to intervene.